No?
Esto.
Huh? What up, YouTube? Just made a quick stop off here to get some menudo, get the day started right. If you don't know what menudo is, give it a shot. It's like a stew of tripe and whatnot. Put all these condiments in it. It's pretty tasty. Nice little snack. So, rolling into TJ this morning, I got pulled into the screening by the Mexican Border Patrol. I'm not sure what they're called, but they pulled me over for whatever reason. And I just went with the no speak Spanish. So the Border Patrol lady asked me, "Do you speak Spanish?" Habla español. And I said, "No." And, that was enough to get me freed up. But then I lost my crew, and I'm telling them, "Hey, let's go." And they weren't quite paying attention. So I ended up trying to find them. I waited for them at our meeting spot where we were meeting up with some other brothers, and eventually they came along. So then we made our menudo stop, and now we're back on the road, heading down the coast to Rosarito, where we plan to spend our day hanging out, doing what we do. I ride because it's a symbol of my freedom. I like the feeling of freedom. Right now in our country, many of us are not being able to express that freedom very well. But the motorcycle always tells the truth. And getting out there in the open wind, I love to do it. And I love going south of the border. A lot of people are afraid to do it. They're worried about the cartels. They're worried about the police. They're worried about COVID. And honestly, I've been down to TJ many times during this COVID epidemic. And I was impressed with how well they handled the situation. In many of the establishments, early on at least, you had to sanitize your hands when you entered a building. They took your temperature entering the building, and they had disinfectant mats on the floor so you could wipe your feet. And I was impressed with that, because here in LA and in the United States, I'm sure most places don't even have those. Give a shout out to Mexico for that, at least Baja and TJ. And, it's a good spot to go hang out, man. Just don't bring your nonsense down there and be stupid. You stay in your lane, you respect your position, and you'll be all right. You don't have to go and step in nobody else's business down there. There's a lot of places to go, a lot to see, a lot of good food to eat. And you're going to find some of it today as we get going. We're going to the hills of Rosarito. I'm interested to see how this goes because this is one of my guys, Pat. He has a house down here, but we have to ride on dirt roads. I don't know if my girl Ruth is ready for that. I got the Oling suspension going, but it's never been tested on dirt roads. So we're gonna find out exactly how it works. I don't have knobbies on there, so I'm just running street tires. I have stock tires on there, and we'll see how it makes out. But if you get down here, it's beautiful. You're riding along the coast. You got the ocean to your right, and it's a good road. If you take the toll road, you take the old road. It's a little rough, but you take the toll road. This isn't too expensive. You get great scenery, and there's places to stop off along the way. You know, and it's only if you're in LA, it's like a 2.5 hour ride, depending on the traffic. And it's a good little getaway for a weekend. If you want, you can even go on down to Ensenada, probably another 45 minutes. Make it into Ensenada, another hour into Fedora, and visit all the little spots that you hear about, Papa's and Beer, places like that. I'm still rolling on my Saddleman seat. I keep meaning to do my review of that. Eventually I'll get to it, I guess. I'm going to be reviewing the Saddleman Road Sofa as well. I got one of those. I never reviewed it either. I tend to ride with the solo seat, but I'm going to throw the double up, 2-up seat on there and do some review of that. Just to give you guys a perspective. You know, my perspective on all this stuff is from a big guy. You know, I'm 380 pounds, 5'10" and a half. And, you know, most of the reviews that you see are like, I guess, quote unquote, normal sized people. So the way their ass feels in the seat is not the way mine does. Certainly not in the same seat. And so you can get an honest review of what it is like being a bigger dude, riding on these old leads, riding on these Saddleman seats, riding on these tires and whatnot, riding on a road glide special, period. You know, so I'm not going to lie to you about any of it. I believe in honesty and being upfront. Let you know. I run a 14-inch windscreen, 14-inch handlebars, Saddleman Dominator seat, O-Lings in the front and the rear. I have I believe it's the 772 O-Lings on the rear, which are the next up to the piggybacks. I don't have the piggybacks with the remotes. I have a tour pack. I have lowers on there, and I find all that stuff helpful for me. So, I'll be talking about it, how I use it for my runs. I like to do a lot of long rides, so all these things come in handy. The lowers help out when it's raining, keep your legs a little drier. The windscreen helps your head from getting buffeted, beat up. And the tour pack is just extra storage. I went with a chopped tour pack because I don't want that big giant tour pack. I'm not carrying helmets in it, so I don't need a king. And I don't want the Razor because I feel like that's a waste. It doesn't look that different than the chopped, but you get a lot more space in the chopped than the Razor. The Razor is just kind of a cosmetic thing, whereas the chopped is actually functional. I can put my backpack in there. I can throw a bunch of stuff in there, my boots. I can throw, a lot. When I've traveled around the country, I'm able to stack a lot of stuff in there. So it's usable space, whereas I feel like the Razor Tour Pack isn't. It's just kind of an aesthetic thing. It looks cool, it's low, it's, which is what it's meant for. It's meant to look cool. gives your bike that look, especially when your bike is slammed, like with a lot of these specials, you know, they have the lower shocks, so the rear looks all slammed out, gives that aerodynamic look, which is kind of nice. But for me, I need some functionality. I have my bike raised up so it's taller because I like to be able to get it over in the curve, in the turns, in the corners, and you know, it's all good. It works out for me. So I'm all about functionality. I don't wear chaps. I don't wear any rain gear. The way I am on the bike is the way I ride all the time. T-shirts. Cold, I wear long sleeves. I might wear a jacket, sometimes a hoodie. I don't like things, you know, crowding me. I like freedom, right? It's all about freedom. We're out here in Rosarito. You can look out into the hills. Look at that. It's so peaceful here.
Se me olvidó que tenías esto.
We rode our motorcycles through here. Cool, thank you. You can see the roadway here is pretty rough. It's not really designed for motorcycles. So it was interesting getting through here, but we made it. And now our brother here is went and got his truck, and he's gonna take us. We're gonna go out to get some food, try to enjoy the rest of the evening, smoke some cigars, because that's what we do. Yeah, we decided to roll out in the truck instead of the bikes because it was a little rough rolling those dirt hills, and we didn't want to be trying to navigate through there at night. As you can see, coming down out of those hills, man, it's a beautiful sunset. This is such a humbling place to be, and it's almost like time stands still when you're down there. You know, we live in America, and there's so much stress, work, and everything that we have to deal with. You go to a place like this, man, it's almost like stress just goes away. You can relax, you can feel at peace, you can enjoy yourself. I highly recommend it. Myself, I'm considering the possibility of getting a place down there that I could go and hang out when I want to. It's a great place to be. My brother Didi, and we've run into a bit of an obstacle. It seems they require a mask, and I don't have one, nor does Didi. Who wants to cover up that beautiful face? Hey, I left my mask on my bike.
Esperando, papi.
¿O van a esperar a su mesa?
Sí, mejor esperando. Perfecto. Oye, gracias,
Oh, he wants to sell you a drink?
Yeah. They look pretty darn tasty.
Yeah, what is this?
You guys want to sit down? We can scoot down some more.
Oh, we're just waiting for our table. We're good. Great, thank you. You're good.
Thank you.
romantic in here. The lighting is.
Isn't it? I told you.
Nice.
Don't you feel like you want a hug right now?
You didn't have anytime.
Nice in there.
Yeah. We hung out around the bar until they got our seats together. You can see them cook their steaks on an open flame. This is a wood-fired oven they have here. They cook the steaks and the potatoes together right here. And around the other side, they feed the flame with wood. It creates a nice aroma that kind of permeates the place and gets your mouth watering and your stomach growling a little bit. It's a cool little setup. I'm always fascinated by these old school ways of doing things. And this is one of them. When we got our seat, or our table rather, we had some people sitting next to us. You can see them off to the side. One of the people at the table thought my brother, the guy sitting in the back in the dark, was a celebrity and wanted to take his picture and find out who he was. I'm not sure who he looks like, but maybe you guys recognize him. Thank you for watching my content. If you like what you see here, please like, share, and of course, subscribe. Herfing on Harleys.